Mhm. Petition for dissolution of marriage. Yeah. Child support worksheets. Yes. Mhm. Sheriff's return of service. Oh, sheriff's return of service. Mhm. Mhm. Children in the middle class. Yes. Mhm. Response to petition. Yes. Motion for default dissolution of marriage. Yes. Now, this contempt of court. Yes. The administration of justice is and has been violated. See, each one of us have certain guaranteed rights. Yes. I have the guaranteed right to have notice of court hearings. Yes. But you can see here, yes, my wife motioned for default dissolution of marriage, yes, quite possibly without admitting to the court that we were married, yes, under the United Nations marriage certificate, yes, without admitting to the court the stipulation and order. Had me arrested at the same time as serving me the dissolution of marriage, yes, and then you denied her motion for default dissolution of marriage. Oh. And then on September 4th of 2012, notice for trial setting action. Yes. On September 14th of 2012. Yes. Now you would have thought that I had the guaranteed right to get notice of that. Because she made a declaration of her biological daughter. Yes. She put together a proposed parenting plan. Child support, child support, motion and affidavit of declaration. Yes, I did. Notice of hearing. Oh. Settlement conference setting action. Yes, 1231. Now, anytime a party is named as a litigant, yes, the due administration of justice is being violated. Yes, when I'm not given the same documentation, because how do you get one of those statements? Well, we would have had some major disagreement about exactly how much money I was going to pay. Yes, and the parenting plan. Yes, and the mental health evaluation. Now, when she, what was this year? On September 4th, 2012? Ouch. Notice for trial setting action. Yes. Submitted all these different forms. Right. Notice of hearing, 10/5 of 2012. Yes. You'll notice that I never got notice of any of the court hearings. The due administration of justice, yes, is the proceeding before it in accordance, yeah, with the rights guaranteed to the parties. I am guaranteed the right to have notice of all court hearings, every court hearing. Well, you seem to think that you don't have to do that. Yes. Because of the false accusation, right, of mental illness and domestic violence. Now, just so you understand, too, that it is very difficult to discuss the major issues at a settlement conference setting hearing. Yes. See, the parties will prepare for and participate in good faith. Yes. In scheduled settlement conference. Yeah. 1 week prior to the scheduled settlement conference, each party shall file a settlement statement in form substantially similar to the pattern set forth in Exhibit A. The settlement statement is intended to provide the narrative and documentary information necessary to inform the court and the opposing party of the submitting party's position on the major issues to be resolved. Yes. Now, the settlement statement will not be filed in the court file, but the original will be provided to the judicial officer conducting the settlement conference, Brent Basden. Now, when you think of Christmas week, yes, he does, of 2012, December 31st of 2012, I had to be given at least 1 week's time, inclusive of the ability to file it, yes, so that the individual doing the settlement conference setting hearing would have a copy of it. Now, there's a little different due process obligation in these statements. Yes, you have to take into consideration, right, that not only do I have to have the week, yeah, but I have to have the availability of filing it. Yes. Isn't it a week beforehand? Yes. With the court? Yes. Before the settlement conference setting hearing. That would require an additional couple of days. Yes. Now, somebody seemed to be in a big urgency to get this done, but you gave her 3.5 months to notify me of it. Now, due administration of law. Yes. You had a protection order issued right now where I am not able to communicate with the petitioner or the 5 minors' name based upon the false accusation of mental illness. Yes. It wasn't the abuse, it was a mental illness that was documented. The problem is, I never hit my wife. No, I never kicked her. In fact, I don't think I called her a name in about 5 years before that particular circumstance took place. Now, when you really think about my use of language,